My name's Matt. I have a secret that I've never told anyone. By day, I'm a computer nerd that everyone ignores. At night, I'm a speed demon who beats everyone who has the guts to race against me. Yeah, no big deal. I'm just a little bit of a superstar in the street racing circuit. I've always enjoyed having a secret identity, and I protect it by wearing a tinted helmet every time I make a public appearance as the Shadow Racer. Don't blame me for that nickname. It's everyone else who came up with it, not me. But even though I constantly had people praising me when I raced, even though there were girls who would literally scream my name, I've never had a girlfriend. Never even kissed one. There is one girl I've had a huge crush on since middle school, though. Her name was Kayla Anderson, and she was the girl of my dreams. When I was 10, I showed up to school with a bouquet of flowers I picked from my mom's garden. Kayla took the flowers, threw them to the ground, and stomped on them. On our first day of high school, I tried to sit next to her. Hi, I don't know if you remember me. Oh, I remember you, you pimply, greasy, creepy nerd. You've been following me around for years, and I can't believe you had the nerve to follow me to this high school, too. You are such a loser. No girl will ever find you attractive. Everyone thought I was a creep from the first day, and nobody wanted to be my friend from that moment on. What they didn't know was that a lot of them were already fans of me, but only when I was my alter ego. What Kayla didn't know was that by day, she ignored me and tore me down. But at night, she screamed my name as I revved my engine and passed her as the racing flag was waved. Several times, Kayla had tried to talk to me as the Shadow Racer, but I could never respond to her in case she recognized my voice. When we became seniors, she came more and more to the races. She cheered me on every weekend. I got better and better at avoiding her. I would just slip away as soon as I won so she wouldn't get too near me. But one night, I was so distracted by my phone that I hadn't realized that the race was about to start. I heard everyone's cars pull away and my body just reacted before I could think or realize that I hadn't fastened my helmet's visor. As I accelerated, the wind blew it up over my head, but thankfully, I had cat-like reflexes, and in a split second, I was able to secure it in its place. My heart was pounding, and not just because of the adrenaline from the race. I thought my secret was done for. What I didn't know was that my fears were totally valid. Kayla had her camera with her as always, and as the race started, she took a photo. And without her even knowing, she caught the exact moment when my visor exposed my face. Kayla developed the film, and as she waited patiently for the image to reveal itself, she saw who the Shadow Racer truly was. Holy, you've got to be kidding me! Kayla was furious that all that time she'd had a crush on the guy she called a loser, a nerd, and an ugly dork, so much that she plotted to take revenge. She wanted to expose my secret. So, by day, she continued to pretend to be my enemy, even though she couldn't help but be attracted to my nighttime alter ego. Kayla gathered evidence. She followed me home, took photos of me as I sneaked in and out of our garage. And then she hid in one of the bushes as she peered into the windows and took more photos of me as I worked on maintaining the car I used for racing. I did bump into her in weird places around town, at the post office when I would collect packages, at the mechanics whenever I needed to order some parts. Kayla posted the photo, exposing me to everyone at school. But she never expected the outcome would be the opposite of what she envisioned. I went into school that morning to a crowd jostling amongst each other, asking for a photo. Oh my god, I knew you were cool the moment I saw you. Matt, sign my notebook. Matt, marry me. All the guys made me sit in a throne they fashioned out of my seat in the classroom, and they carried me around the school like some emperor. Suddenly, I had 50 girlfriends. Most of them, I had no idea we were even in a relationship, but from 0 dates, I was suddenly going on dates every single day of the week. It did give me some satisfaction to openly flaunt my newfound popularity, while Kayla could do nothing but watch from the sidelines. Thanks to her awful intentions that backfired, I was now the king of the town. And at night, during the races, I would walk into the venues with an army of girls trailing behind me, chanting my name. Kayla found this utterly infuriating, so much so that she sabotaged my car. One night, I was set to race my toughest challenger yet. He flew all the way from Sweden in a bid to crush my undefeated streak. The flag was waved, our engines roared, and my Swedish opponent left me in the dust. My car sputtered. It lurched forward, and then it stalled. From cheers, the crowd began to boo. 2 minutes later, I suffered my first ever defeat. Lars Eriksson beat me without any effort. And the moment he was announced the winner, the people who came to support me dropped their banners and foam fingers on the ground and left, kicking the dirt and blaming me for losing their bets. And just like that, all those adoring fans and eager girls disappeared. They deserted me as soon as they liked me. I was crushed. Kayla was finally victorious. While everyone was at Lars Eriksson's victory after party, Kayla came to me. Now no one likes me. Now you have nobody but me. She was right, and I turned to her. Kayla became my girlfriend. She finally got her way. And I took her on joyrides in my race car. She made me drive her everywhere, but while she enjoyed the wind in her hair and relished me carrying her shopping bags, what Kayla was too distracted to notice was that I was playing my own game. Who would be dumb enough to go out with a girl who ruined their reputation and career? Not me. That's who. One night, as Kayla was using my house as a party venue for her vapid friends and she was wasted in the hot tub, I cozied up to her. She barely even realized that her friends had left an hour ago. I gotta say, what you did that night, very clever. You failed when you exposed my identity, but you bounced right back. I like a cunning woman like that.
It wasn't even that hard. I just poked a hole in something. Didn't even know what it was. I just closed my eyes and eeny, meeny, miny, mowed the whole thing. But it worked. And your car didn't even move 5 feet. But I agree, I was cunning and perfect and pretty.
Well, I don't know about those last two things, but thanks for admitting what you did. Now everyone else will know too.
What? Huh?
I took my phone from behind the bushes and showed her that I'd gotten everything she said on video. She became way more alert the second she understood what was happening. She lunged at me and half the tub water spilled out in her haste. She reached for my phone, but I was much taller. But then she slipped and crashed into me, and my phone fell from my hands, falling into the water and making sad little bubbles on its way down.
Ha! You stupid little nerd. Try again. Now you've got no evidence. Dum-dum. Try that spy stuff on me again and you're gonna get what's coming to ya.
I reached underneath and fished my phone out of the water. I held it up to her face and grinned the most satisfied grin that has ever been grinned. Waterproof, Kayla. Waterproof. I pressed send, and within seconds, everyone's phone blew up with a video of her admitting to everything she did. By next morning, Kayla's reputation was trashed. It was in tatters, and wherever she went, people avoided her. She became an outcast overnight. Then, I received a FaceTime from some foreign number I didn't recognize. Matthew, hey, I've been trying to reach you since last night. I demand we have a rematch immediately. I heard what that Kalua girl, or whatever her name is, did. I cannot live with myself thinking I won if I didn't. So, we must race again, this time in a fair match. The biggest drag race I had ever seen or been to was organized. There were hundreds of people who came. There were hot dog stands and drinks and popcorn being passed around. Everyone from school was there. I couldn't have been more nervous as the grid girl stepped into the middle of the street. I'd lost to Lars before, but instead of trash talking, he scooted over and gave me a fist bump. Then he grinned. We were in a friendly competition, and that made me relax. We revved our engines, and as soon as the grid girl let her checkered flag rip through the air, Lars and I both sped from 0 to 100. And that night, I regained my reputation. I won against Lars by a split second, and my record was scrubbed clean of the embarrassing defeat I suffered at his hands. I went on a victory lap, and when I was given the trophy, Lars raised my hand up in celebration. We became fast friends, and he invited me to the mansion he was renting for an after party. And as we left for his address, I saw Kayla. She was sitting by the side of the street, unable to enter the venue because she was banned for life by the race organizers. She had a sour look on her face, which got even more sour when she saw Lars and I speeding off to the mansion with fangirls in the car with us. I winked at her, kissed one of my fangirls, and then I revved my engine so hard that I kicked up dust in her direction.